Well, hello there again. Yeah, I was reading something a while back, and I was contemplating on the war in Afghanistan and some of those things. So I went and pulled out something that I had read and copied. No, it's been some years back. That was from that James Madison. Came out of a book, Letters and Other Writings of James Madison, that you used to could find in the different libraries, I don't know if they still got that or not. I imagine the way the socialists are cutting down on all of our history and getting rid of all of our heritage, that you probably can't find them kind of books. There was a lot of them. Writings of Thomas Jefferson, the writings and other things of John Adams. It used to be in the library, but I don't know. People don't want you to know nothing. They sure dumb you down so they can control you. But this thing I found about James Madison was his contemplation, his thoughts on war. And I'd like to read that to you. Of all the enemies to public liberty, war is, perhaps, the most to be dreaded, because it compromises and develops the germ of every other. War is the parent of armies. From these proceed debts and taxes. And armies and debts and taxes are the known instruments for bringing the many under the domination of the few. In war, too, the discretionary power of the executive is extended. Its influence in dealing out offices, honors, and emoluments, I guess that's how you say it, is multiplied, and all the means of seducing the minds are added to those of subduing the force of the people. The same malignant aspect in republicanism may be traced in the inequality of fortunes and the opportunities of fraud growing out of a state of war, and in the degeneracy of manners and of morals engendered by both. No nation could preserve its freedom in the midst of continual warfare. Well, there were comments. Supposedly Trump made some about the guys that died in the First World War over there in Europe. Well, I don't know. But old Woodrow Wilson, he was a man that had vision of a one world government. Well, for the Christians, that's a satanic view. One world government. Now, so I don't know, them Marines and soldiers that went over there under that song, over there, say a prayer to beware, over there, for the Yanks are coming over. Well, we never should have been there. Now that Wilson, he got that League of Nations going. He figured that'd be a way to get that one world government all in there. But it didn't quite work out. Now you come down, we got attacked by Japan as one of the three members of the Axis in Pearl Harbor and a couple other places basically at the same time. So that got us into World War II, and we'd already been sending supplies to the Russians and to the British and the French over there before that attack on Pearl Harbor. But now after that war was over, all them fellers came home basically. But we left troops in Germany, occupation forces. Now, and wars ended in 1945. Now, you get up there to 1950, and there's this Korean conflict that started up. Oh, they call it a war, and now and then you read where they put, and it's the war in Korea. But it wasn't no war. It was a police action. Because Congress never declared a war. The president wasn't supposed to be commander-in-chief of them troops. Well, we got in here. You know, we still got occupation forces over there in Korea. Now, Vietnam come up. I joined the Navy in 1963. Well, in February of 1965, Johnson sent the troops into Vietnam. Well, I had read about the French being in there, World War II, and all this kind of stuff. But the French got their booties kicked and got chased out. And President Eisenhower, he worked a treaty with them Vietnamese. Then John F. Kennedy redid it a little bit. He made some changes to it during his administration. Then it come down, Johnson sending the troops there in February 1965. I remember that because I was over there in the Pacific, and our ship got sent over there, and the Marines that was on our ship got took off and sent to Vietnam. Well, there was something like 58,000 troops got killed in Vietnam. There was no declaration of war. Another police action. We come down, we go through, we get into all this stuff. Oh, there's been other things, but come down there and Kuwait gets invaded by Iraq. And old Saddam Hussein, he says that historically is part of Iraq. Well, historically it was. Like South Vietnam historically was part of Vietnam. And Ho Chi Minh was a nationalist. He tried to put it back together, one Vietnam. He succeeded. Korea. There was one Korea out there on that peninsula. I don't know why they're trying to put it back together, but they was trying to put it back together. The United States says, no, you can't do that. Let's see, we go down through, we got into Iraq, went into Kuwait, and so we sent an army over there to chase the Iraqis out of Kuwait, caused all that problem with all them burning oil wells and everything. Then we went into Iraq. Oh, the war in Iraq, now that was a big deal, them weapons, mass destruction. And they finally wound up getting old Saddam Hussein killed off. But since then, seeing how there's two different factions of them Muslims, the Sunni and the Shiite or something like that, and they don't like each other, apparently. Then you got them fanatic Muslims, that ISIS and all that. Well, we wound up in Iran, we wound up in all them places over there. Syria. No, we've been all kinds. We got troops everywhere. Well, you get to looking, there ain't been one war declared, but we've been fighting a war almost continually. There's good 100,000 men been killed since the end of Vietnam. No, that would include Vietnam and Korea, I think. 100,000 men. But there was 50,000, 58,000, something like that, killed in Korea, or in Vietnam. There was 30-something thousand killed in Korea. See, I don't got these figures right in my head, because I'm an old man. My mind don't work too good, you know. But I remember about being free and having my liberty. Now, let's see, we had a war on drugs declared. Did Congress make that an official war? I don't think so. But they named a czar to be the top drug guy. Wait a minute. Now that was a royal title. Before the Bolsheviks took over and Lenin started running that Russia over there, that was the name of the royal leader. That guy, that emperor, whatever he was a czar. Royal title. Now wait a minute, you go back and you look, and the British get in the United States, and there's a thing in the Constitution about no royal titles. But, you know, them guys that got in that bar, all them lawyers, there was a whole bunch of them like that. Esquire. They put that Esquire on the end of their name. Hey, that was a royal title. Yeah. Old Joe Boilermaker, Esquire. You know, Esquire was the squire to a knight. He was to become a knight if he earned it. So Esquire, that's royalty basically. Might think it's not, but that squire gets to be a knight, gets dubbed by the queen or the king or whoever. That's what all. Well, now, maybe that's what this old Joe Biden is doing. Everybody's accusing Trump of being king, acting like a king. Did somebody dub him on the shoulder with a sword? I think old Biden's got them all. I figure old Lady Pelosi, that Duchess of Haight-Ashbury back there, I figure she's going to dub him Sir Joe. King of the Empire of North America. Sounds funny. Well, think about it. We've been at war consistently since World War II. And how much freedom has gone into all this Department of Homeland Security. What was that big thing they passed back there when they got rid of all them to make that deal that's in the airports where you can't get on an airplane unless you pass through all these federal guards. Oh well. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I want my United States of America back. I'm tired of all the progressive socialists, all the socialists. I'm tired of the fascism. Now we got these bold, bald-faced Marxists running around. They're just the ornery cousins to the socialists, because it's all socialism, whether it's Marxism or progressive socialism or socialism. It's all the same thing. And you're either a peon, let's see, campesino. Well, no, that's a better class. But you know what I mean. Go read, go study, pay attention to what these people are telling you. Let's see if we can't get the United States back, get our troops home. And if anybody wants to mess with us, then we can just go out and kick their little behinds and come home again. Spend our money on our country. Take care of them, all that fire stuff out there in California. Take care of all that hurricane stuff and all them storms down there in the Gulf and over there on the East Coast. And let's fix some of these bridges and things. And let's go about getting some very dependable electronic or electrical transmission stuff in this country. Yeah, let's quit trying to be the Empire of America. Talk to you later.